Real talk, real people.
You sure y'all ready for this?
We talk about stuff that y'all whisper about.
Tune in, turn it up, sit back and vibe. Like, subscribe, haha, that's right, they live. Wait again a minute, they gon' blow your mind. And when the show over, you can press rewind.
Tune into another episode of Wait Again Minute podcast. I am Gam, and of course, I got my co-host,
Miss Gogetta.
And Mr. Eure. Welcome back, ladies. How was everyone weekend?
Mine was great. I didn't do much. How about yours, Gam?
Mine was good. I think today was better though. I think today started off a little rocky, but yeah, it was better.
What made today better though?
I had somebody come clean up today. Yeah, so I had somebody come clean up today or whatever. I did the little $19 thing or whatever, which was cool. But then I see that they charged me like 3 different times.
Oh,
What?
clean up at your house?
Mm-hmm.
So it's $19, but they charge you 3 times? So it's $19 plus nickel and dimes?
Pretty much, and pennies too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So other than that, it was good. But I got here today, and we did a couple of skits or whatever. Miss Go Getter was late as usual.
No. You forgot your laptop, as usual.
You know what? One thing we're not gonna do is you keep telling my business. Like,
Well, you telling
what?
mine.
I want to know from you right now.
You telling my business, you stop telling my business. They don't need to know if I'm late or not. I was here, sitting in my seat, ready to go.
You doing what,
Here in my seat, ready to go.
Mr. Yu? What time are we supposed to be here?
I am not engaging into this family feud because nobody wins. You remember the rules?
Nah, I don't know nothing about that.
Okay. I think I was asleep and I woke up. Everybody was here.
Right. I like your answer. Good answer. Good answer.
You know what? Cut these damn cameras off. So anyway, y'all, let's get into our topic today because we got a couple of things we want to talk about. I mean, I don't know who want to go first, so I don't want to throw nobody under the bus. So
Sure.
gonna
Let me open this up. So I had something that's on my mind. So I want to know from you, ladies. Do you think men are intimidated by strong women, or are they just fed up with them, like over that situation? Like, what do you think about men in these strong? 'Cause we have some strong women in our community these days, right? What do you ladies think about that?
I think there are some men that are intimidated by it. And I'm going to say especially alpha men. I really think alpha men don't necessarily care for strong women.
You know I'm alpha.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And so I think they don't necessarily care for strong women.
So are you saying Mr. Yu don't care for strong women?
Yeah, possibly. And the reason why I say that,
Get him.
the reason why I say that is because most alpha men like to do most of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have a woman that's doing most of the stuff herself, it almost, I guess, it kind of like make the man feel like, well, what am I here for? What am I going to do? If you doing this and you doing that, what am I going to do? And some men don't like that. They don't like it. Even if it's a strong woman that's strong with, like for example, I was helping my friend move some things the other day into her place. And the movers, two of them was kind of like alpha men, but one of them was like, no, he didn't care. He was letting us like move it. And I was like just moving the stuff because I was like, can you move that love seat from over there to over here? But it was taking them too long to do it. So I went and picked up the love seat and I was moving it. And then the alpha guy, he was like, no, don't do it. So he wanted me to wait for him to finish doing everything else. And I'm like, I don't have time to sit here and wait for you to move everything else when I can do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's like, if I can do it myself, do it. What am I waiting on? You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of guys don't like that. They don't. But what do you mean when you say fed up? Are some men fed up? Fed up with what? A strong woman?
Because, there's a narrative out here where you see that some of the conflict that's in the household is the woman is strong.
Okay.
And so sometimes, we're hearing about relationships that not even working because of that. And so do you think the guys are fed up with like them being too strong, the real issue? Like, are they fed up with the woman actually being dominant?
I don't know. I wouldn't say. I don't know if I would use the word fed up unless it's a situationship. I mean, less it's history there with that person, and it's like, so much has transpired, so it's like you at that point where you about to blow a head gasket. That's what I consider fed up. But overall, I think, I'm like Miss Gogetta. Some men, I'm not even gonna say alpha men. I'm gonna just say some men who aren't secure and with who they are as a man.
Right.
They may feel intimidated because some of them may feel of sense if you don't need them, whether it's financially, emotionally, or just like she said, picking up a love seat. Like, what do you need me here for? So some of them feel like, oh, dang, if she can do everything, I'm useless then. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, I understand what you ladies are saying. So this is the reason why I'm on this show, right? Because
Tell us the reason.
Because the scenario, I understand what you're saying, but I disagree because here's the thing. I actually got out of a relationship because the woman wasn't strong. Right?
Okay.
Right.
But I don't know.
And-
Strong can be different things, though. It can be strong because they were just too weak. They weren't strong enough or motivated enough to do stuff. Some men interpret strong as being motivated or ambition.
What I'm saying, like all the way across the board, whether it's financial, whether it's like, I'm with that. So here's really how, because I mean, I can't speak for every guy. I'm sure there are some insecure guys, but just this, I use what we call good old common sense. To me, it seems if I'm thriving, I'm trying to create something out of this life, right? I want to be a homeowner, business owner, et cetera, multiple times, and just create a life where we have freedom, right? You want strength because the stronger she is, the stronger I am, right?
Right.
I mean, because like real men who accept a woman as their partner, who wants that, who are what we call domestic, right?
There you go with that domestic.
I'm just
stuff
telling
again.
you look for is a partnership inside of the marriage. It's a partnership.
It
like
is.
you know what I'm saying? So to have a weak partner, meaning that it looks like two, but it's actually one.
Right.
That's like, we don't want that. Like most guys really don't want that. Now there are some guys who slide up under a woman because they see she has motion and they don't have the motion, right? But if you take this back, like, so my thing is this. I don't have a problem with a woman being strong. You can be strong. You can be as strong as you want to be on all areas. There's still a respect and a role that we both carry. And as long as those are being carried out, you can be Hercules.
What are the roles that you both carry?
I mean, the roles that we carry are, there's certain things that both of us can do, but I'd rather do, right? And those roles are things like, be the protector. I'd rather be the protector. Like, I really don't like to see women in situations where they're not protected. Like generally, even when I was in the street as a knucklehead doing naught, I've never put a woman in a situation where she could go to jail, she can get shot or anything. I've never did that. So I'm just a protector, right? There are certain things that I'd rather do. You know what I'm saying? If we got to walk down a dark alley, I tell my wife, you wait in the car, I'll go down the alley, meet me out on the other side. If I make it out on the other side, I'll get in the car, right?
Now, see, and I'm going to be like this. Okay, I'm going to go on the other side, and when you come on the other side, I'm going to be busting. So I'm going to tell you that. So I'm going to tell you duck. So when I tell you duck, are you going to duck?
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna pull out my pum pum.
Girl, after you look forward. Girl, stop.
I'm telling you right now. If
Girl, so
run
don't you
that
wait
scenario,
for it.
if I was in that situation, right?
Don't
and
you wait for it.
What you mean?
You good as done.
I'm good as done.
Good as done.
I believe, see, a person like that, I believe that when
She gotta look for it first.
she gotta look for it.
These haters, go ahead, Derek. I mean, Mr. Eure, because I'm sick of her.
Yeah. But you ladies get what I'm saying though?
Yeah,
like
I understand.
And there's some things that she has a strong suit in, and that is more likely for her to do naturally from the creator, right? Than me, right? And so if we have a child or grandchild and they're sick, I'd rather her be there rocking her,
nurturer.
right? Because
Okay.
she that's a natural thing. She don't have to try to do that. It's natural for her.
Some of
Protect
them
her
it
is
is.
natural for me. So she can be as strong as she want to be. She can make more money. She can, I can move into her home. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm okay with that. That doesn't take that doesn't unscrew my light bulb. It doesn't make me
Right.
no dimmer, no smaller, no
Right.
less of a man. When a man walks into a house, whether it's the woman house that she had before him, or if it's his home, when he walks into that, he's the man of the house from that point on. He's a protector. Anything that's not done or anything that falls short is a man in the house, and that man is the man who walked in.
Right.
All right, that's just how it go since the beginning of time.
I feel you on that. I just think that when it comes to like the gender and the role thing, whatever, I mean, it's like a fine line. You know what I'm saying? But in listening to you speak, I think that you are one of not too many who is secure in his own manhood. That you are okay with her being your helpmate, her being able to do this and do that for herself. Because at the end of the day, it may come a time where you can't do.
Right.
So if you can't do and she can't do, then y'all are the fuck done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think if you have that type of partner with you, you guys are equal, have an equal playing field on certain things or whatever, it does work better for the relationship and the legacy that you guys are trying to build. But if, like I say, if she's weak, then we're going to have some issues. You know what I'm saying? But I just think, before you say something, I just think that everybody does have a role, but I think no matter the gender, at times somebody has to back down. Like you may step up this time, and then then I may bow down, but it's like a teeter-totter thing. I don't think you both can be so strong, like all across the board. That ain't gonna work.
I think you lose with that because I think that the idea of somebody bowing down is going to eventually, because what happens when you do that, you start keeping score in your head. Like, hold up, I bowed down the last 3 times.
Right. That's
You
true.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right
So
about that.
bowing down is really.
That might be the wrong word.
You see how you listen. Before I got here, you two ladies you have an energy where you know when to come in and out, and you
Right.
guys don't practice this. It's organic because you do it so long. It's the same thing in relationship though. Like as you travel, nobody has to bow down. It's like it's 2 gaps there. I know I feel those gaps. I know they my gaps because they're there for me. I see it. You know what I'm saying?
Why 2? Why you get 2? How many she get?
She get 5.
Okay.
See, but that-
Right, 2
that-
gaps.
look, he over here capping in because he's not giving her no 5, 3 up over him.
No,
It ain't gonna happen.
but what I'm saying is this is the thing, because I think the problem that there is a group of people or guys that have issues. I think the problem is this. We're seeing a lot of the weaker guys that are leaning on women, right? I've heard guys talk like, oh, you messing with such and such. Oh, yeah, man, you how you get out of a relationship and you ain't get nothing. You ain't got a lawnmower. You ain't got a car. Like when you hear guys say that, the motive seems like that was the motive, right?
Right.
But my thing is I don't care how strong the woman get, don't let that strength turn into talking to a guy any kind of way. And that's where the issue is.
Yeah, but I don't think that should have anything to do with anything either, because that's just disrespect. Like, I don't think the guy should talk to the woman any kind of way either.
Right. But
So it becomes, disrespect more so than whether or not
Gender.
gender or you're a strong person or whatever. That's just disrespect.
when we dissect it, yeah, but I'm telling you, the empowerment of money, financial strength in women and men, it
feel like
causes,
it gives you that title.
I'm just telling you, it gives people that extra like growl, that
Yeah.
extra, you know what I'm saying? I'm just telling
Yeah.
you because it you know, they are two different. We can not commingle those, right? But people commingle those all the time. They
Yeah.
put those two together. And it's like, cause like shit, I'm like I pay this bill, this, you know, like I've heard like my name on this, like this is me right here, you know what I'm saying? And this is a long story that started off very, very bad, but there was a time when, and let me say, this is gonna be a little controversial for some people, but I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, that's right.
The women or the men, but particularly the women, right, who do that, that is equivalent to Caucasians in slavery, right? The principle, they're not the same, but the principle is the same. Let me explain, because this is going to be this is a long ball, okay? We are the God and goddess of the universe, right? Everyone comes from us. It's proven. Caucasians were down bad one time, and they was left for dead, having to hunt meat and bear and food to survive and all this. When they got themselves together and they got grouped up and, got their mind right, they grabbed hold of this thing and flipped it and enslaved us. And they took off and they kept their foot on their neck and they took off and they who they are today. The principle of that is there was a time when women' natural role was household and maybe, children and, whatever, some things probably before our time, right?
Keep them barefoot and pregnant.
Well, I mean, there was household, right? That was very important too. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's very important. But because men, which is equivalent to us as a whole, we left them abandoned, right? We weren't able to hold these jobs. We're going to prisons. We're getting killed. We're taking different roles. And we left women to figure it out on their own.
Right.
And once they figured it out and they got momentum and the formula became more evident, right? And they got in position, they step on nets of guys who are weaker and they disrespect those guys sometimes. And now they running the show the same way the Caucasians are, looked at as running the show. I don't agree with that, but that's the way it appeared to be.
Right.
But the principle in this was two people who had particular roles who wasn't necessarily in charge of like running the show. They was forced to run the show. One, because the men abandoned the households.
Right.
And over this situation, these people got stuck in a climate, in an area where they was disconnected from us. And they lost pigmentation and hair and all of this, right? And when they came back with a vengeance. And now they came back and enslaved us and almost rewrote history. It's the same principle.
To do it now, too.
It's the same principle. So when I see a woman that, like, disrespect the guy because she's in power and stuff like that, they kind of give me them vibes.
So what about when a man try to empower? I mean, what happened now?
Yeah, I know that was a long draw.
So basically, no. I mean, I got what you're saying. So basically, you're comparing when a woman becomes empowered, you're comparing it to Caucasians enslaving black folks.
No, what I'm comparing it to. Well, no. The principle of it is the same. The principle is this. The principle is that Caucasians were down one time. They had a particular role, like they wasn't who they were.
But then they came back with a vengeance, and they enslaved black folks.
Right.
So when a black woman became empowered, because obviously from you, we was down at one particular time, and then we came back with a vengeance.
No, I didn't say you were
So
down.
what about when the guys? When you have some guys that like want to run everything, and they don't take well to a woman's opinion.
That's a problem with that guy.
I think so too.
That's a problem. The difference between the guy and the woman is this: the guy was ordained by the Creator to be a leader. He never was not that. If he wasn't that, he dethroned himself from that. That's his natural role. He was born that way. It's nothing nobody can do about that, right? So he didn't have to, like graduate to that. He stepped away from the obligation.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The woman stepped up to fill those shoes when he wasn't doing it. So the difference is that the woman stepped up into a role. She was a wide receiver. She had to stop catching the ball and go out and coach the game.
Right.
That's a big jump.
A big
But
pivot,
my thing is with that though, and that's so crazy that we were talking about that today, because I was thinking about that on Friday when I was at the stop sign, and it was like 4 big dump trucks was riding past, and one of them bust a U-turn, and I was like, they trying to bust a U-turn with that big truck? They gonna be able to do it? But they did, and when I looked, it was a lady driving. I said, I know that's right, girl. You better be able to bust that U-turn with that truck.
See what you did?
And I was like, look at that. I said, guys can't do that. We driving dump trucks and everything. The other guy, he drove all the way around the parking lot just to come back out the same way. And she said, and she just bust that U-turn.
Yeah, she shouldn't have done that, but I'm glad she
Right.
did.
I mean, I don't know the driving rules, but the point was she was able to do that, and she
But
did it
see,
well.
That's
But
the
what
thing.
I'm saying is,
Go ahead.
she was able to do that, and he had to take the long route
Yeah.
around the whole parking lot just to turn around. But go ahead again.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing with women. Whether we were born to do that or not, or whether
We learn.
we learn. Like
That's right.
we as a culture, like far as African Americans, like you can put us in a box, baby, and by the time you know it, like we out the box, we done wrap the box up and gave you the box for a gift. We done
Right.
re-gift it. You know what I'm saying? We have that ability.
Right.
But I think like far as with women and men, we can go back and forth like all day long with it, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, to each his own with it. But I just think, you know, when you're in your own situation, you run it how you see fit,
Right.
and you know what I'm saying, you respect each other and go ahead. Because I do understand, and I agree with you, if you disrespect the man, you degrade him, like you really messed him up. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, you know how they be like, a scorned woman is like, worse or what, you know, like you don't want to scorn a woman or whatever, she's been through so much or whatever. But if a man, if you degrade him and basically make him feel less than a man, that's even worse.
I mean, just for the record, nobody should disrespect nobody, the
Right.
man or the woman. I'm not here, you know,
Right, right.
I'm not just
Oh,
saying
yeah,
that the
definitely.
man should have his way. You know,
Right.
nobody should disrespect anyone. I'm just making a point that, you know, women were ordained to have, you know, particular things that they
domestic
were
roles?
well not I'm not even gonna hold them to a role, but they
Okay.
just naturally they just natural things that they are great at, like without even like just born that way. They're like nurturers and carers and givers, and that's why the household became that important. So when they were forced to step up, and not saying they were less than the man, but when they was forced to step up into a different role, and they became great at that role, and the world started changing and having more opportunities for that role, you know, that doesn't give you the right to disrespect the guy who doesn't deserve disrespect. You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
But you know, let me change it up a little bit, because something that I want to talk about is, and I'm glad that you're here, that you're a part of the team now, because I want to know, can a man and a woman have a platonic relationship? Because I know like some people be like, oh, he effing her or she effing him, and some people really genuinely have a platonic friendship.
Right.
But do you think that's actually possible?
Do I think it's possible?
Yeah, do you think it's possible?
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I have, you know, this is funny because I have a lot of ladies that I'm really cool with. Never tried to talk to them or anything. You know, and early on, I remember when, you know, my wife and I got together, right? And I had to kind of, you know, explain that, like, yo, because what happens with me is,
Yeah, because if you would explain to her like this, you were moving real slow, because I'm like this.
nah, because I'm, you know, you funny, you is crazy.
I'm going to need you to say that a little faster.
Nah, but because I'm, you know, wording. But so there's a lot of females that I don't know. I really like women, right? When I say that, I mean like respectfully, right? Not all women. I like them to the point like not all of them I want to mess with or sleep with or be with, right?
Right.
You know, doing time changed my perspective a lot. I mean, I've always been that way, but doing time it increased it. And I hate to keep going back to that, but because I had a scenario that I think I said before, when a guy is on the phone, I don't care how many of your homeboys you pull up at the club with or whatever, when a guy is on the phone, it's his mother, sister, niece, daughter, wife, girlfriend, mama, grandma. It's hardly ever the guy. It's hardly ever his
Right,
brother.
his homeboy.
It's always you know what I'm saying? So I just think that the universe don't allow you to be but so great without respecting women. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always felt that way. So I got a lot of, you know, females that I know that I've never tried anything with, never said anything. We're just cool. And these females probably be known to get busy, but I just never got busy with them. You know, be just cool. Like, yo, what up? All right,
Yeah.
you know. But I had to explain that to my wife because she be looking sometimes like, and I'm like, no, they ain't like that. I wouldn't play, you know, I wouldn't even play like that. You know what I'm saying? But not with having somebody come around all in your face and calling me bro and sis, and then we locking in like, nah, I ain't even going. That's like,
because that'll be like incest.
but the boy, that'll be like, it's already a wild disrespect.
Yeah.
But that would be like, yo, because you
The
know,
ultimate, yeah.
Once somebody in your face playing, you can't, you know what I'm saying? So
What are your thoughts on it, Miss Gogetta?
I think, well, of course, I think so. Because one thing, like Mr. Eure said, he said he liked talking to females. I prefer talking to guys on the phone versus a female, just for the conversation. But I just prefer, and I've always, you know, even when I was in middle school and was able to first start talking on the phone, I talk to guys on the phone versus a girl, because I don't be having time for that chit chatter sometimes, and then you sit talking to them about one thing, and then they turn them. I don't be having time for all that. By the time you hang up the phone with them, I don't be having time for all that. Yeah. But I think so. I think because at the end of the day, just because you're talking to another female or another guy on the phone, it doesn't mean that you are attracted to that person. Right. You know what I'm saying? They're just in the friend zone. Some people just automatically go in the friend zone, and you can't see past the friend zone with them. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So in order for you to talk to that person or have anything going with that person, you have to feel the same way about that person, and they have to feel the same way about you. Mm-hmm. You can't just like, oh, okay. And it's another thing. Just because you're talking to a guy or a girl on the phone, it doesn't mean just because they're the opposite sex that they are attractive to you.
I hear you, but this fool on here, his facial expression, I think he think you lying.
No, I think he thinking because he was lying, but I ain't gonna say nothing about it because, you know, yes, I ain't gonna say nothing. But no, seriously though. But you know, I said mine's a little faster than you. You know, you had to think about yours and you dragged it out.
Nah, because
you had to make sure you said the right words.
Well, wording is important because we're being documented when wording, and I just want to make sure that I'm documented correctly. That's all.
I know. Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's people.
Oh, so you worried about it being documented? You don't want nobody to come back and say,
No.
You said.
No, I don't want, like, you know, anyone to be offensive by anything I say. So I just want to make sure. And I also know this. I know that when we leave here, you have a thesaurus in your pocketbook and a dictionary. You're going to pull up a word and say that Derek used that word.
Derek used that word. So why did he use that word versus this word?
Right.
You know why he did that?
Right.
Because he really meant this.
Right. So I know I'm being documented twice. Oh, man. Y'all, it's crazy.
But yeah, though, I really do, though. I really do think that you can't be simply just friends, nothing else.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think for me though, it depends on, you know, the person, because like sometimes it can start out that way, but then, you know, like I know, like for me, a lot of times, you know, people be like, you know, because I'm just like you, I have more guy friends than girls or whatever, right? So it's like, you know, people be trying their hand. You know what I'm saying? There's a thing of like, dang, like, you don't respect me? Like, you don't respect, like, we're actually friends. Like, we're actually cool. Like, I don't see you like that. So I think, like, sometimes people will still try their hand, whether it's a girl or whether it's a guy, because this day and age, people will step to you if they want you, regardless, you know, what sex they are. You know what I'm saying? But I just think once you put that in motion, this is what it is, and then you stand on it. And then, you know, if you guys, you know, go along with, okay, cool. But if not, then, you know, we can no longer be friends if you keep trying your hand.
Right. And for the record, the women, I mean, just I'm on the outside looking, but the women who do that, they are
aggressive.
I mean, like that chick grit on me the other day. I'm like, I was born this way. My bad. Like I didn't fucking I changed my clothes. This is how I was born. Like,
right.
You know, like, but the women who step into women. It's like they got a knife in your spine or something. Like, what you gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
It looks that way.
It looks that
like
way.
that aggressive. It may not be.
No, I mean, to each his own. I mean, I really don't know. I just think that, but I'm like you guys. I do think that people can be actually friends and be good. Now, do I think if you have a relationship once before, can you guys be friends, like a platonic friendship after that? I think if you both are maturing adults and you respect each other, what you got going on, and you know that, we're not crossing that line no more, then yes.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mr. Eure?
I'm sure that can happen because impossible is nothing. But unless I have a child with you, I'm probably not interested in being like friends, like bro sis. If we done slept together, just because, I'm a guy. It's just not, and it'll be a disrespect probably to my wife too. But I'm a guy. I just don't want to be talking to you and remember that you got a birthmark on your butt or something. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that tattoo.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember that tramp stamp.
Yeah, something. So it just don't even. It's like a recovering addict. You don't even just go in a crack house. You know what I'm saying? Just stay out of there.
But it could very well be someone that you just
no, I
don't have no interest in no more.
No, I don't. I mean, I've seen people that we've had history, and then I cross them, and I've never looked at them and say, "Oh, what's up?" They done bought cars from me and all type of stuff, right? But is really the angle of, I feel like, is a little bit of a disrespect of just me being married and being in that situation. And then I also feel like that if you continue to have conversations, they be like, "Oh, here you go," and they be like, yeah, you still like ginger ale, huh? I was like, damn, yeah, it's too.
No, it shouldn't be.
I'm just telling you because you could be in an event somewhere and they be like,
yeah.
hey, like, yo, I don't need both of these. Yo, send this to her. That's her favorite.
Oh yeah, then yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we got a problem with that one.
I mean, it's just too much because people watch your life outside and they be wanting the position that someone has, and they may not never show you that until subliminally though.
Yeah.
And they be like, oh man, he like she got a new car. The whole time she bought the car. She with me, but she didn't just turn up when she was with me. She bought her own. My wife buy a lot of her own stuff. I mean, I probably get credit for more stuff than I probably supposed to, but she buy a lot of her own stuff. I mean, I buy her stuff too, but she buy a lot of her own stuff. Every time she gets something, it ain't like.
You had to throw that in there. You buy stuff too, because now I feel like you lying.
Oh Lord, you shake this the shakedown king queen.
No, Mr. Eure, please tell Miss Gogetta, because even though she the shakedown queen or whatever, and she normally be up on stuff 98% of the time, but she was slipping the other day because you said something the other day and she didn't catch it.
Okay, what did I say?
When you said something, you said about a domestic dog.
Oh yeah. So I said I was a domestic dog. So one day, this is how the mind works. So one day I'm scrolling Facebook and I see some stories. So I see a story with you up there. You riding in your car, you playing music. Your caption was like, I love old music or something. And you're riding and you were listening to Mystical, right? One of them.
Mystical. Okay.
Yeah, you listen to Mystical. It was like one of them songs, but it was like what you gonna do? One of them, one of those songs. So when I said I'm a domestic dog, I was a dog, but domestic dog. And I said a full-blown German Shepherd, you better be careful. That's a Mystical song. That's from Shake It Fast or Shake Your, Watch Yourself. Show me what you're working with.
Oh, okay.
And then, but in that song, he says, full-grown German Shepherd, you better
Sure
be
does.
careful, right? So when I said that, it was kind of like a punchline at a song that I've seen on your story.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
Yeah. I said, I got to hit you like that. Bah, bah, bah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
because
saying?
you hit me with some real old. 'Cause
Yeah.
I haven't played no Mystical.
I'm just telling you,
video
you
in a long
have.
time, so that was a.
It wasn't really a video. It was just a song
Yeah.
on your story. It was like one of them.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I don't remember.
It was probably
But
about less
it
than a
wasn't
year.
a long time
Less
ago.
than a year.
The point was, he was paying attention to your story.
Yeah.
You being you always say you up on shit, but you pull her card because she did not see it coming, and I didn't even know either
Right.
until he told me. And I said,
But
"Oh
you
my
also
God,
just
you
said
got
it
one
was
over on my
almost a year
co-host."
ago.
Yeah, it was about a year ago when she played that song and stuff.
How you remember that? Did you say the video or something?
Nah, I just
okay.
remember because I was like, because I'm gonna tell
How
you,
you remember that?
I remember because
I don't remember. I don't remember it.
because
I know that song though.
because I grew up my favorite artist is Nas, right?
Okay.
Shout out to Nas.
I
But
can see you liking Nas.
Nas is my guy. He's
Yeah, you kind
that's-
of give me Nas vibes.
that's my guy. But there was a time where everybody in Suffolk who made money was a hot boy. Everybody had a hot boy clique, right? So I was Birdman one time too, right? and Phil was Manny
Stick
Fresh.
with Nas. Let's stick with
I'm
Nas.
just telling you, it was every crew. Listen, you name somebody, you know,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you who they every crew had a hot boy.
Okay.
First of all, Jericho ain't had no hot boy.
I'm telling
Do
you.
you know any Miss Go Get 'em?
I'm just telling you, everybody
I didn't think
had
so.
hot boy crew, man.
Guess
Okay, but
him.
go ahead.
You say it was,
It was
you
just
say you
telling
were
you.
Manny
Rest,
Fresh?
rest in peace to P Dog.
I was gonna say P
Okay.
Dog. I was gonna say him.
That's me, P Dog.
Okay.
Phil, Troy, it was hot boys. I'm just
Okay.
telling you. It was at one time. We were the hot boys. I'm just saying, when they came out, you know, every neighborhood had a set of hot boys.
Okay.
Right.
Saunders had a hot boys. Every group, right?
Right.
So when that was going on, No Limit was still kind of going out, but Mystical was one of the guys that we would all mess with because it was like, yo, dude, wow, like he, you know what I'm saying? So when I heard you, I was like, y'all never had Shantae liking Mystical. Like that's crazy.
Oh,
She
yeah.
a hot girl. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's how that happened. That's how that happened.
Yeah, okay,
So
can
when
see
I
that.
heard, so
Yeah,
that
I
stuck
kinda
with me.
hot girl,
Yeah, that stuck
I
with
get
me.
hot girl vibes.
Absolutely not. What's up, family? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of WGM&x podcast. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Hit that notification button as well. So when we drop a new episode, you'll be first to know. Stay tuned to all things WGM&x. Dealing with your significant other, do you think that we like to be lied to, or do we want to really know the truth? Or are we comfortable with being lied to, rather? What do you think, Miss Go Getter?
I think most people want a beautiful lie.
Why got to be a beautiful lie, though?
They want a beautiful lie. They don't want it like unorganized and ugly. They want you to think about your lie and put it together well. Make it a beautiful lie. Most people say, oh, tell me the truth. But mentally and emotionally, most people not ready to honestly hear the truth. Like they say. And it's like, oh, I'd rather hear. No, most people prefer a beautiful lie. Then you get them that beautiful lie, and they're like, oh, okay. And deep down, they can still know that it's a lie. But they'll go for it because it sounds pretty and packaged well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Most people not ready for when you go to tell them the truth about stuff. So it's like, why even say it? I don't understand why people even say it.
What are your thoughts on that, Mr. Eure?
And this is in a relationship, correct?
Relationship,
Marriage, right,
situationship,
yeah.
friendship.
I agree with Miss Go Get on this one. I think people want it packaged a certain way. I'm a straight shooter. You know what I'm saying? I prefer to, like, if you come to me and say, hey, listen, it's not working, right then and there,
Yeah.
we can start figuring out how to depress this thing and smoothly, switch lanes. I think for me, the lie that I hate the worst is if it comes from someone I love, like with my child, and I'm trying to get you to, sell cars. Just say, Dad, I ain't with that crap.
Yeah.
Don't make me
Right.
waste my money, and because I love you, and you ain't with it. Oh my God, I'm a little. I got a chip on my shoulder for like you on ice in my brain for like
Yeah.
2 weeks at least.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I think most people, they think they want the truth, but they really can't
Handle
take
it.
that like that.
Yeah, I agree with both of y'all, and which is kind of strange. I'm gonna have to jump on that bandwagon with y'all too. I think we as people don't, like Ms. Go Getter said, like we can't handle it. So I don't know if I personally would want you to tell me a lie. I don't know if I'm gonna say I'm gonna go that far, but I think that my actions, I may say I want you to tell me the truth, but my actions may say no, tell me a lie, because I probably can handle that better.
I just know if
I prefer for you to tell me the truth.
right.
Yeah.
I just think the truth is gonna sting initially, but later on, after all the smoke clears, we can speak again.
can-
Hey, what's
yeah.
up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that.
But I think it all depends on the individual, whether you emotionally mature or whether you're actually ready. Because you can tell somebody the truth, but if they're not emotionally ready or really want to hear it, they're gonna still think you're lying anyway. And the whole time you telling them
But
the truth.
at that point, I shut down. Like, I'm done talking
Right.
about it. 'Cause
Me
I done
too,
told you
because
the
it's like
truth.
I done told you
Yeah.
the truth and you still thinking it's a lie because they already have it set up in their head on how they want it to go, not what they really hear
Right.
and understanding what's really being said. They have it set up. This is how I want it to go. This is what I want it to be. So if you're not telling me da 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 da, so it's like tell them a nice, pretty lie. Then it's like, oh, okay. Then they get it. It's like, oh, okay. I just told you the truth, but anyway.
So I have a question. What do you think is the most offensive thing about the lie, though? Like, why does the lie? What does that do to you when you're lied to?
You talking to me or Cam?
Oh, he dead.
Cam.
Well, hey, what'd you say now?
What does the lie do to you? Like, why is it
She
so?
wasn't even listening.
Like, why is it so offensive? What does the lie do when you're told a lie right in your face and you ask somebody a question? You say, "Hey, let's sit down because I need to talk to you about this," and then they lie to you right in your face. What does that do to you? Like, what emotions do that play on?
If we're in a situation, if we're in a relationship or a friendship or whatever, I think overall, honestly, if we're sitting down, we having a heart to heart, and we're at the kitchen table, and we're really, digesting a lot of things, and you tell me something, and I know you lying to me, that's like the ultimate, because it's like, look, okay, you have an opportunity to sit here and be honest. You have an opportunity to sit here and lay all your cards on the table. So why are you still holding a cut card? Like, at that point, I'm like, my feelings are gonna be hurt. I'm probably not gonna you probably not gonna be able to get anything out. I know I'm gonna be fussing, cussing, stuttering, like all the above.
Definitely stutter.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So because it's like, dang, like we're really sitting here. We're at a point where we can have a conversation, and you still want to sit and drag me. Like, no, that's because I would feel, I don't know, I would be ultimately pissed off. Like, it's nothing you can say behind that, because I feel like this was your opportunity. You blew it. So ain't no coming back from that. So yeah, we still can be cool. We can be cordial, whatever. But I'm going to look at you like, you're a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to handle you accordingly, because you had that chance to handle me, and you handled me inappropriately. So you don't pick me up again when you get ready.
Yeah, you getting mad at me? That was just a question. Like, don't your nose spread
Yeah,
and stuff
she
like
getting
this?
mad.
It's calm down.
Oh, so you know you're going to have to tell her a beautiful lie.
Right. So this.
He's also right. He's also right.
So let me say something, right? So
Okay.
so I'm at an uneven playing field, because every time you guys ask me a question, it's like I'm married, I have a spouse, and then every time you guys answer the question, it's like situationships or whatever. Like, who have you been in a relationship before?
Absolutely.
Have you been in one before?
Yes.
Speak from being in a relationship before. Aspect. Stop. Keep like.
Well,
Relationship
you don't want to
with
keep
me, relationship is-
throwing around you got a wife or you married, because remember you told us the last time this.
Okay, but let's go. Let's come on. then.
You said that well, being married is different and da da da.
It is.
It's a paper and it says I got this obligation. So justify. I'm not married. Gam's not married. So we have to come from a perspective of a relationship or a situationship, whatever the case may be. But we can't come from the perspective of a husband or
No,
whatever.
I'm not asking you to come from a perspective of a married person.
So
A
like
relationship, though.
you always coming from a perspective of, I'm married. It's almost like you're trying to slap it in our face because you married and we ain't. Like you trying to pick
No,
or something.
but Miss Go Get It. No, I'm gonna.
Oh,
you ready to choke right now?
puff, puff, give. Gracious. Dang.
Excuse me, guys. I have a cold. But no, I was coming from a sincere place. You know what I'm saying? And that's why my nose was growing. That's why I was getting, about to stand up in here, because I was talking from that place of where I've been.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I spoke. I don't know about Miss Go Getter, but I spoke my piece. You just sat there and called me out. You said my nose and shit was growing.
All right.
Yeah, because
I mean, it was getting
you-
wide.
It was getting wide.
you-
It wasn't going like
because
that.
you know why? You took me back to that place. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't be come here trying to check us. Let's go get it. Let me just step in, because
check us, baby.
it's
I'm not
yeah.
fronting
That's
the
exactly
fact
what
that
he
I'm
did.
married or anything at y'all. I'm just saying, when you answer these questions, I'm just making sure you're coming from, because we keep talking about situationships or friends or whatever. We coming from a relationship.
Relationship.
With your
Okay.
last one, I don't care if it was 20 years ago, when you were in a relationship. That's all I'm saying. Because we want to make sure that the people who are listening to us, right, who are in relationships, that they're getting the male and female perspective of it, and not
Yeah,
just
they
a
get
friend.
it.
Of some of these questions, a friend is different. You know, a situation, a chick I'm just sliding through, and we just, you know, she like what I got, I like what she got, and we just, you know.
What y'all got that y'all like?
You know, she got the, you know, we wrestling around and stuff coming out. The
Oh, wait a
shower.
minute now. Come from a better perspective than that. So have you had a slide chick before? Because right now you're telling us that you wrestling.
Have I ever had a
so
sad
when did you
chick in
become
my
a
life?
wrestler?
No, hold on. Have I ever had a sad chick in my life?
Right.
I-
Okay, so tell us from that perspective. Don't be telling us
Okay.
you wrestling and stuff.
Okay.
You never been a
Okay.
wrestler.
All right,
Come
so-
on now.
You know what? I probably let me straighten. I probably never had a side chick, but there was a time where I had, you know, a couple of women. A few, you know, maybe 2 or 3, and there were no obligations. I mean, nobody
Okay.
said we together or
Yeah,
nothing.
they were friends.
Well,
Situationship, that's what I was talking about.
If you hit it, right, but we're not coming from that every time when
Okay,
these deep questions.
okay.
But so you know,
How you know? Maybe Gam just have situationships. Maybe she just have a couple of few.
maybe now, but maybe.
Oh, I ain't even here, huh?
Okay. Oh yeah, there you go. But no, what I'm saying is, there's going to be some questions that we can come from that perspective. I can tell you, I'm not afraid. I can talk about anything, right? So I can talk about when I was in that space, and there was a
Right.
time where I've had, you know, 2 or 3 women where we was never in a relationship, but you know, it's like, you know, everybody.
Y'all run there wrestling WWE.
Wrestling.
and
We
stuff.
coming off the top rope, yeah. So I mean, that's, you know, you got to have those in order to get where you're going. So.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
So my question to you is, you know, because you guys have been kind of pretty heavy in here today or whatever, right? It's cool, and I get it.
It's heavy from here on out. let me tell
I
you
mean, look, I'm heavy. I throw it around every day, so I'm good, right? But my question to you is, can you outgrow somebody and still love them? Like, what are your thoughts on that, Mr. Eure?
love is a flower, and it has so many, you know, petals on it, right?
Come just fill up.
I'm just telling you because I got to make sure I'm being documented not once but twice. Okay. So love is a flower. It has a lot of petals on it, right? So I could walk away from a situation and still love a person, but when I say love a person, I feel like I have love for every woman that I have a child with. Right? There's certain things I don't want to see happen to them. There's certain things that I wouldn't rather hear about. You know, I still have love for them. But now I'm not in love with them. I'm not, desire to be with them or anything like that. So it just depends on the dynamic of love we're talking about. We're talking about agape love, like a godly love.
No,
yeah.
don't try to
absolutely.
sit and swing that
I'm
note.
just telling you that I'm just telling because I'm being documented. I want to make sure that I say this the correct way. So yeah, I have a general love for people that if I have a child with a woman, I have love for them.
Okay, got you. What are your thoughts, Ms. Gogetta? Like, do you think that you could outgrow somebody and still love them?
Definitely. I agree with Mr. Eure. Because like he said, depends on the love, because of course you can love a person, but that don't mean you want to be with them. That don't mean you're in love with them. Right. It's just you love them because you know them, because they're here on this earth with you, whatever the case may be, especially if you are God fearing person, you're going to love them anyway, unless, you shouldn't say hate. Like for myself, let me make sure I say for myself, and let me not be generic for Mr. Eure. He over there talking some right. But no, like for me, yes, I will love somebody, but that don't mean that I want to be with you. That don't mean I want anything from you. It's just, I love you. I recognize you're there. You're a good friend. You're a good person. You know what I'm saying? I wish you well, and I care about you if something happened. But that doesn't mean like, I love you. Oh, yeah, I want to get with you. Yeah, I want to, give you some or not. No, that's not what that means for me. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, I think, mix it up when they say, but I love them. No, but loving someone and being in love with someone is two different things. You know what I'm saying? You love your child. You love your mother. You love your neighbor. But that doesn't mean you want to say, oh, I'm going to get with them. I'm going to marry
Right,
these
right,
people.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, you can outgrow someone and still care for them. Let's put it that way. The kind of love that you're talking about is caring love. You can care for them. You can care for their well-being.
Great job, Miss Gogetta.
I chose my words
wisely.
Yes.
That's a great job.
Yes.
So
What about you? Do you think
Yeah,
you
you
can
just
outgrow?
gonna drive past?
Right.
You gonna just do a drive by? Like
That's
what?
exactly what she was about to do.
because there's nothing wrong with driving past because like sometimes when we drive down the lane or whatever.
We're not talking about drive past,
know-
though. We asking you the question, though, Gail. She's trying to drive past it again.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the situation. It depends on the previous, if it's coming from a previous relationship, and depending upon what transpired in the relationship. Some of them can be like, okay, I can drive past. Some of them are like, no, we can't be friends. We can't be nothing because I'm still dealing. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on a case by case situation for me.
So before you go, let me ask you this. So if you was in a relationship with a person, right, and you outgrew them, and you guys just agreed to go different ways, nothing domestic or nothing crazy happened, and you don't still love them, like, or have caring love for them, then did you love them to start with?
That's true.
You asking me that?
Yeah. I'm asking you.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, and this is no lie. Everybody that I've been in a relationship with, I still have a level of love for them.
You fumbling on the book.
I'm definitely not in love with them. Like, even like my old high school boyfriend, like, seriously, I still have love for him. Like, it's nothing that I wouldn't do to help him, to see him succeed, because he has some issues, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But, so yeah, if I love, I'm a lover.
I remember y'all being at each other lockers and stuff. That was crazy. I forgot all about that. That is crazy, yo. Like, look at her.
But no, seriously, like, because I'm a lover. Like, I'm the type of person, like, I'm gonna express to you that I love you. Like, I'm gonna show you. You know what I'm saying? That's just my makeup. You know what I'm saying? So if I say I love you, then that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, depends on the situation with me. I could move past you, and then I could not.
Yeah.
I got you.
So this comes a part time of the show. This time I'm gonna switch it up.
And what's so
What's
crazy
the
is I was
catch?
going to switch it up on you because he's a co-host now. You just can't keep getting him the question.
Bring it on. Bring it on, man. She
We're going to have to add
Catch of
something
the
to it.
day. Catch of the day. Still gonna have to do catch of the day. It doesn't matter if you're a co-host or a visitor or whatever. Catch of the day. But my catch of the day is not for you, Mr. Eure.
Okay.
It's gonna be for Miss Gam.
Oh.
Tell us the catch of the day.
I got you.
So y'all trying to find out if I know how to read or not. That's what
Oh,
trying to
yeah,
help
that's
you.
a big
Yeah.
word on there, too. Sheesh.
Do you think generational curses are real or just patterns we keep repeating? Very much so.
Very much so. What? It's a two-part question.
They're actually real. They're actually real, and unfortunately, we do keep repeating them because we don't know any better. But when you know better, you do better.
So you saying you think generational curses are real?
I disagree strongly on that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's real. I don't know if I agree with that. Well, let me say this. I'm gonna
because
say
for-
I
for one,
kind
you
of
asked
agree
me the
because
question.
yeah, but I'm
Go
gonna give my
ahead.
opinion too. I kind of and then Mr. You're gonna get his opinion too. We all gonna give our thought on this one.
Go ahead, Mom.
But I don't know if I believe in generational curses. I think the only reason I would say about a generational curse is because that's what I was taught or learned.
Right.
But do I really believe that there's generational curses? I don't think so. I think it's just patterns and habits that we pick up from family, from being around family, because that's the generational part of it. Comes from the family. I think it's just something we pick up, but I don't think it's a curse, because I think we have a choice on whether or not we want to pick it up. Because if it's a curse, then I think a lot of us, even here, would be doing certain things that our family members have done that we chose not to do.
I have done that. But go ahead.
You have done what?
Things that I don't do no more that I probably have learned. I won't say I was taught, but just being around and have learned.
Right, so that might not be a generation curse. That might
Right.
just be a habit that you picked up because you didn't know no better. Just like I just said, I don't think I believe in generational curses. I just remember growing up, they mentioned that. So if I
Right.
do say I believe it would be because of what I was taught. Oh, it's a generational curse. But personally, do I think that there's a such thing? No, I don't. I don't believe. I think it's just something that you pick up. It's just like certain words that your family might say, but they
Right.
mispronounce the word. But you pick up the habit because
Right.
that's how you learn the word.
Right.
That doesn't mean you have a generational curse of speaking because you picked up a bad word. You know, a mispronounced word. You know, so
So what makes you feel like it's real? Because I'm saying I disagree, but before that, I'd probably want to hear what makes you feel like the curse is real.
I think first of all, I don't want to harbor too much on curse and for you guys to take it out of context.
No,
like
no.
I'm not saying like curse as in bad or as in something like humongous. Like I'm just saying like maybe it may be some things that we were taught or maybe some things we learned by habit. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like it's certain things that have happened in my family personally that I think that some of us have done over and over again. And then when you're doing it over and over again, it's like, okay, there's repercussions to that. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
got
that's the way I look at it.
or when people be like, oh, that's a family curse because they always like some people be like, oh, that family always in trouble. Oh, they got a family curse because the great granddaddy used to be in trouble. The granddaddy was in trouble. The granddaddy did. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean,
yeah, but no,
so what it is
it's just a habit.
it's miseducation. That's the curse. So the curse, no curse is real. We know that, right? Because the devil's not real. So if you believe in a curse, you got to believe in the devil. So that's
Well,
first.
if you believe in God, you believe in the devil too.
No, that's not true.
You don't think so?
It's not true. It's only one God, right? And everything else is falsehood.
Okay, so who did God put out of heaven first then?
Well, this is going to be a conversation for another episode because the God.
Can you answer my question though?
Say what?
Who was the angel that was an angel once upon a time and he was put out of heaven?
So I understand where you're going, but let me
I just
say.
want you to answer my question.
I can't answer your question. You know why? Because the way you view God and the way I view God is two different things. It's
I
only
ain't asked you
one,
that.
and it's the same. But I'm just so that story is
That story don't apply to what he
book.
believed.
The book that you're coming from is full of allegories and examples. And what we've done is we've taken those literal. When like no man can walk over water unless it's frozen. One thing about like spirituality stuff, the Creator doesn't do something one time and every generation has a leading example for them. So, if 1940, if a man screwed in a light bulb and lights came on, there's going to be a guy in 2020 that's screwing a light bulb and the lights come on. Like, so if you think a man can walk over a body of water, right?
I don't think that.
Right. The water represents purity in that sense, right? And purity represents God. So when a man walks in purity, I agree with that. But a man walking over literally water is against the rules. It's against the rules. But what people have done is taken those rules literal, right? And so what I'm saying, I can't answer your question because that's a story with a deeper gem in it. You're taking the story for the story, like you're watching Netflix, but it's actually a meaning in it. It's not a Netflix story.
Right.
So
Girl,
I
you
can't
better put
answer
that
it.
movie on pause, girl.
I can't answer. This is another episode.
Okay.
All this stuff y'all do, I'm gonna bust this up, man.
Okay, but go ahead and answer the. So you're saying that you don't think it was there's no such thing as a curse.
No.
So you don't agree with.
Because you got to
How I
believe in
felt.
the devil, and the devil is an illusion. So the problem is we're being miseducated. That's the curse, miseducation. And we're taking it, and when somebody tries to bring the new light to that education, because our people simply didn't know. They teaching you out of love, and we getting love confused with truth. Your grandma love you to death. She will never tell you nothing wrong, right?
But she can only say.
But she only can tell you what she knows.
That's it.
And we're taking that as facts. And it's okay to fact check everybody. Fact check me. Great prophets come. They said, investigate I, the prophet. Fact check everybody. It's okay. And if anyone gets offended by that, then that's a problem with that person
Yeah.
or that leader. You know what I'm saying? So the problem is we've been miseducated, and instead of going against what grandma said, we standing on that business for 10, 15, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
That's the problem. There's no curse. All
It
you gotta
don't
do
even
is
work this day
just
and
do
time.
better. Like we've all have changed the trajectory of what our family thought we could even reach. We ain't finished yet.
Right.
Yeah.
I can speak that for all of us, but we nowhere near what we think we need to be at.
Because when I remember, when you're growing up, it's always, you get a good job. Oh, da da da. Oh, you leaving that job? That's a good job. It was never a thing of go do your own thing. It was always get a good job.
Right.
Yeah.
But you got to look at, the generation your mother was raised in, then the generation her mother was raised in. None of them really thought to go do their own thing. It was always try to get a good job. Then that one told there to try to get a good job. Then that so it became and it was like,
And work
my
yourself to
mom was
death.
like, oh, you leaving that good job? And I was like, well, what make the job so good? That's my thing. What make it so good?
All right.
Because did it pay? Well,
We've been brainwashed a lot, man. It's we
Yeah.
that's a lot.
yeah, but we are a informed people now. So, and I think that's the thing. Like overall with the world, they don't want us to become informed because they know once we got it, baby, we rocking and rolling,
Definitely more informed.
and we're gonna really, push it out of the park. And that's just how we are. So, Mr. Eure, what is your takeaway from today's episode?
Today's episode, I took away a lot of good stuff. I think that today's episode, from the relationship aspect of things, I think all the questions we had that were spouse or situationship or marriage based, I got from those things that respect is across the board, man or woman. And I just feel like that there are some misidentities out there when it comes to guys who feel like because they make the most money or they got a little bit more emotion that they could, handle a woman a certain kind of way. And I think it's vice versa. I think there are some women who definitely, when a woman gets in place and the guy ain't, like I've heard, so I think the takeaway today is just simply that, love and respect trumps all, like regardless of your role.
Yep. I second that. So with that being said, stay tuned to All Things Wait Again Minute. Good night.
night.